God is good, oh. This God is kind, oh. This God has shown me love. This God lifted me.
Come on now.
So of course I've gone through difficulties. Of course I've gone through times whereby there was nothing to eat. There was no food to eat, you know.
Wow.
And you have to believe God for what to eat.
Wow.
You know, I've gone through days whereby I think for like 3-4 days, no food. I was not fasting. It wasn't fasting. There was no food. It's been challenging, of course. It's been challenging, but you go through these things for a reason. It's a process God takes you through, so that when you get to the top, one, you don't become proud. You don't become proud. And I remember going to my father and saying to my father, I would like to be a musician.
Yeah. Typical parent. That is a typical of exactly.
My father was furious.
Oh my God.
When pestilence and trials come, I surrender under your shadow.
Hello everybody, it's PD and it's another wonderful edition of the online interview about leverage and with top great people, artists, entrepreneur, great leaders in our society and in the kingdom. And I believe that you've been blessed so immensely since the beginning of this program. We have been impacted, we've been empowered by the degree of light and principle and experiences that we have really heard on this platform through different people, great men and women of God who have actually come on the program. And I believe today is not going to be an exception. You're going to be super blessed. I'm expecting one of the top leading artists in South Africa to really join us by the name of Godwin Omighale. He's going to be joining us soon. Get ready to be blessed, get ready to be impacted. Yesterday was great. Yesterday was awesome. If you've not really watched that video, you need to really go to my page and watch that video. I believe you're gonna be blessed so tremendously through that video, because our guest yesterday really shared wonderful thoughts, wonderful experience with regards to leverage and how you can do what you do to really leverage during the season that we are living in. I would like you to just go to my page and search for that video. It's really mind-blowing, and it was really thoughtful yesterday. So today it's another wonderful day. Get ready to be impacted, get ready to be blessed. I'll be having shortly one of the top leading musical and South African lead gospel artist. It's gonna be joining me soon by the name Godwin Omighale, the winner man. Expect to be blessed. This man is of grace, is full of the Spirit of God, and God has been so gracious to this wonderful man of God. And I believe that you're going to be blessed by what he's going to be sharing in the house this morning. I mean, this is so super blessed. I'm expecting him to join us soon. So like I said, if you have not really get our book yet, that's it. The winner man is in the house. The winner man is in the house. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, everyone.
The winner man.
I can hear you.
Oh, glory to God. Good to have you on board. Thank you for joining us today. And this is the winner man. This is Godwin Omighale. Is one of the leading top music and worship leaders in South Africa. And God has been so gracious to him. God, as this man is full of anointing, is full of grace of God, is full of inspiration, energetic, why ministry. Now, I've known him, for a while now, and God has been good to me. He's been consistent, and here he is today. We want to hear what God has done, what has been his experience, and what has been his principles, what he has lived by. And I believe that somebody is going to be blessed, through you today, by the grace of God. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, now, yes, sir. Now, this interview is partly about the book that I put together, and also I believe that it's not only good for you to really put it together in a book theoretically. It's also to really bring it out into the practical, to make it real to people, to make it real that, look, whatever you have put together in the book is what is real. People have gone through it. People have actually experienced a lot of things, and then they are living testimonies today. So if they are living testimony, if they've got results, if they've got testimonies, that means it's possible. Anybody can become anything. Anybody, it can happen to any other person. That is the real central motive behind this book and this interview, to really show to people out there that, look, it's not the end of the world. I know coronavirus has actually happened, pandemic and everything, but we're still existing, we're still living, and people still have testimonies upon testimonies, and people are still going out there doing things for the kingdom. So there is no reason for you to really get depressed and get worked up and get anxious about things and then lose it. That is what it's all about. And that's why I have actually really thought about getting in touch with people who are actually who have made impact in the kingdom, and those who are still making impact, to hear from their stories, from their experiences, because oftentimes people look at someone like you from afar off and think, well, they've got it all together. They've got it all together. Everything is just rosy. They have never been through anything. They've never been through any challenges before in their lives. So, and that's one of the things. That's one of the things that we want to hear from you. That before you get to the level that God has put you now, before you get to this level, some things have happened. God has been good. Yes, fine, but there are some things that have actually happened that in terms of courage, in terms of passion, in terms of you not giving up. That is one of the things that we want to really see. So let me start this way. Like I said, people always think that, oh, okay, this person is an angel. Nothing, he hasn't really experienced anything bad or anything challenging. You understand? So, but it's a wrong impression though, because behind every man with a glory there is a story. So for you, what has been the experience? Have you ever, I'm just saying this, I'm just asking this because of our viewers, because I'm not stranger to you really, so, but for our viewers, have you actually experienced, how did you come about where you are today? Have you actually experienced anything challenging that would make you to look, I want to just throw in the towel, I don't know what future holds for me? Have you really experienced anything like that?
I of course I have. I don't think there's anyone God has blessed that God did not take through process. Now, the process in itself is not bad. The process is just to build your character for where God is taking you to.
Come on now.
So, of course, I've gone through difficulties. Of course, I've gone through times whereby there was nothing to eat. There was no food to eat.
Wow.
And you have to believe God for what to eat.
Wow.
I've gone through days whereby I think for 3-4 days No food. I was not
Wow.
fasting. It wasn't fasting. There was no food
in
the house.
Wow.
You know? And I remember there was a time here in South Africa, my early days in South Africa, whereby I was staying with a friend, a brother. His name is Ola. He's a drummer.
Okay.
He's a drummer. So we're both in the same church then. And there was no food, bruh, for 3 days. I think it was 3 or 4 days. There was no food to eat.
Wow.
So we had to turn the starvation to fasting so that we don't waste this hunger for something. So we had to fast and pray. I remember, I will never forget this day as long as I live. So one of the days, I think on the 3rd or the 4th day, I perceived in the room, I perceived the smell of food. And I came out of the room and I saw, you know, it was a communal living. It was like a flat. So we rented a room in the flat. So I perceived the landlady actually cooking. I came back into the room and I said to Allah, I said, today, this is how we are going to eat today. I'm going to go out to the kitchen and I will tell the woman, I will say, whoa, this food smells so nice. Yo, I would like to taste it. And you will immediately, you hear me saying this, you must come out and say you would like to taste it as well. So that in case she wants to give me, she will give you as well. Then we'll eat my own today and we'll eat your portion the next day so that we'll have food for 2 days. My brother. And that's what I did. I came out, I said, this food smells so nice. Wow, you are always making us hungry.
Oh my God.
You know, so and she was just laughing, and Ola came out and Ola said the same thing. Ola said, me too, I would like to taste this food though. So she said jokingly, so she said, Ola, okay, she said, okay, you can bring plates. Then I said, Ola, bring 2 plates so that me and you will not fight for this food. Bring your own plate and bring my own plate. Ola brought 2 plates, and that's how she gave us food. We ate my portion, 1 portion that night, we ate the other the next day. So it's been challenging, of course. It's been challenging, but you go through these things for a reason. It's a process God takes you through, so that when you get to the top, you don't become proud. You don't become proud. You don't think you can do it all by yourself. If you are strong, you don't need the Holy Spirit. If you are strong, you don't need God. And God don't work with strong people. He works with the weak. He works with those who think they cannot do it, who know they cannot do it without Him.
That's right.
Those are the people God likes to work with. So yes, you will go through challenge. You will go through trials. You will go through. But it's a process. Just know it's a process. God is taking you somewhere. Just go through it. Go through it. It will come out. You will come out victorious.
It is a process.
So yes, I have been through. And some of them, you know some of them because
Amen.
You know. So don't worry.
Of course. I did. You know, Winnerman. I have been offline for some time. I told you that then when I came out, I saw on your post one of the old pictures that I was there. And I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, pictures really don't lie. I looked back those days, and I was like, wow, this God is just so awesome. I looked at the guys, I look at Mr. Michael, I look at Daffy Bear, I looked at you myself, I was like, what a God. That is just to show, where we have been coming from, and we are still standing. Thank God for the grace and the glory of God upon your life.
Hallelujah.
I mean, you know about the time of one room, like, just everybody in there, and now look at where you are, look at where we are at. We just give. This is what this book is all about. This is about inspiration, that look, whatever you are going through as an individual, it's not the end of the world. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. You can always break through, no matter what the situation
No matter
is.
what.
You are a living testimony. You are a living example of the grace and the glory of God if you would not give up. Exactly. And that's a powerful testimony. That's a powerful testimony. Now, another thing I want to ask you is this. It's about your music ministry and your career. Have you, because it's part of what I touched on in the book as well, to say, look, God has given everybody an eternal verity, potentials, power and ability, skills. I don't believe that God created dummies. God created everyone with wonderful things. And it's now the honor, is on everyone to discover who they are and the giftings that they've been given. Now, for you, how did you come about music? Have you? I know when you minister, I know that this man is called out for ministry. It's called out for music. It's in your blood. It flows with you. How did you come about this gifting? How did you know that this is what you're going to become? This is what you're going to do? How did you come about that?
Without sounding like a cliche,
yeah,
I actually found out while I was a child, while I was a kid. I can't really specify the age, but I think I would say at about, I think I was about 7, 8, 9 years old.
Wow.
And I was in the Church of God Mission branch in Lagos, one of the Church of God Mission.
Wow.
So, and it was a big church. It's a big church actually, and
I see.
We were in the children department, and in the children department, I was in the usher group. All right, I was in the ushering. So, but then, whenever the choir sings, the children choir, whenever they sing, I felt like I was out of place. I felt like it's not supposed to be ushering, even though I was so good at ushering. Because I was always the first and last to leave, first to arrive, last to leave. So I told. It's
so good to hear that you've been an usher before.
Yes, I have as a child. So I remember going to Sister Regina then, because she was the head of the children's department, and I was like, I want to join the choir. I want to join the choir. I don't feel comfortable in the ushering, but because I was so good at ushering, I get to church before everybody, even the adult ushers. I get to church before them. I was that committed. So she refused. She said, "Never. You are not. I'm not allowing you to go to the choir." So I remember, but I always feel bad. I always felt bad seeing the choir minister, and I was like, I wish I could join these people. Fortunately for me, we moved from that area, from that suburb to another suburb. And
I see.
We moved to another Church of God Mission, but a smaller church now. And I remember that one Wednesday, it was a midweek service, and the choir mistress was sitting behind us. So my family was sitting here, and the choir mistress was behind, and they were singing a song. The pastor was preaching, and he was singing a song, and I was singing. So she heard me, and she was like, so after the service, she came to me. She was like, "Wouldn't you like to join the choir?" Wow. And I was like, "What? I'm so small." And like everybody in the choir they were so huge, and I was so small, tiny. And she was like, "Come to the rehearsal on Saturday and join the choir." And I joined the choir, and that's how music started. And I remember teaching myself how to play the drums, by setting pots and chairs in the house, and I'll be playing in my room, and I'll be playing. That's how I taught myself how to play the drums. And so it's always been in me. It's always been in me, and that's how my musical journey started. And today, the rest is history. We're still writing history. It's still being written. Wow.
Awesome.
But that's how it started.
Awesome. Good to hear that. Right from that age of 9, that's so interesting. And that you've known. I touched in the book that some people can be 40, can be 50, and never really discover who they are and what they are actually made for. There are some people that they are in the wrong profession now, and they are struggling, they are frustrated, and they have not really discovered that very thing that they are made for. So it's a lesson, you know, for even the parents to actually to help the children to discover at such an early stage, so that they can run with that purpose and that passion.
Now,
that's
talking
so
about
great.
parents,
That's so great. Yes, sir. Yes,
talking
sir.
about parents, I remember I was in my teens then. I was a teenager then, and I remember going to my father and saying to my father, I would like to be a musician.
Yeah. Typical parent. That is a typical of exactly.
My father was furious, and he was
Oh my God.
Never. I don't know why you are not serious. I don't know why. How can you say you want to be an artist? These people are criminals. These people are drunkards. These people.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He wanted me to be an engineer or a banker. You know. So hence I went to study banking and finance. And when I came back, I gave him a certificate and I left home. You know,
can you imagine?
What I want to do.
I've always heard that story, that somebody say, well, let me just go and study. This is what my parent wants me to do, so let me just go and study, and I will give them the certificate. Now
I did that.
I'm hearing it from the person that I know.
That. So I gave him the certificate and I left home. That's how I left home until today. So I left home. I went to stay with a friend, and that's how my musical journey started. That's how it started. My father was like, never.
Wow. Awesome. Now, the another thing that I wanted to ask you is also, I mean, you've done. This is so amazing. People would think that it is the album that actually, you know, brought actually the first album you did, but they would not know that you've done some quite few songs and few albums that really did not really get out there. And so for you, what was that thing that made you to say, look, it's gonna be possible? I know I've done 1, 2, 3. It seemed like a failure, but look, I'm gonna keep on keeping on until you did that one song, that one album that actually brought you into limelight and succeeded. What was that thing?
First of all, I had an encounter, and I always say this: I'm not doing music because I just want to do music. I'm one of those kids that never fall asleep in the afternoon. Never.
Sorry, your volume is off. We are not hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Again? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Not sure. The viewers too cannot hear you. Let me check from my side.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you as well. Viewers, can you hear us? Apostle, can you hear Apostle Sean Emmanuel? Can you hear us?
Let me get my headset.
We're losing the signal.
Maybe it will be better.
Okay. Can you still hear us, sir? Apostle?
Can you hear me?
Okay, let's check again.
Can you hear me?
Not yet. Yeah, we're experiencing just some technical issues, but
Can you hear me?
We're gonna sort it out. It's with the volume.
Hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear now? Bro Gideon, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Is the volume coming out from your side? Please, if you can hear us, just let us know.
Hello?
All right. Maybe you can opt out. Winama, you can opt out and come back again. Let's see. Yeah. All right, viewers, we're still on with his experience and about how he's been able to navigate through life issues and destiny. He's going to be back with us soon, I believe. Just stay with us. Just like to buttress on what he's been talking about. He's been talking about his experiences, how he has actually gone through all these of life, through difficulties and challenges of life, and he has never given up. I mean, this is a great lesson for you and myself, that look, whatever you're going through, you can hear both of us clearly. Oh, all right, Apostle, thank you for that feedback. All right, so I'm gonna ask him to really join, to connect back. And yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're still on. We're just trying to get the man of God back online. Yeah. So hopefully he's gonna be back soon. He's gonna be back now. Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah, I think he's gonna be back, and I think everything should be sorted out. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly. Now awesome, you're back. Awesome, okay, cool. So I don't know whether you still remember my question to you, that people will think that the album that brought you to the limelight and that very song is the first song that you've ever done, not knowing that you've actually done quite some that really, not really that you failed, but did not actually pull you to the limelight, like the one that you've just done, that really brought the success. So, but what is it that has been keeping you when you did the first album and your first song, and afterwards you were thinking, wow, this is gonna hit? I mean, I believe you would have been thinking, yeah, this is gonna. He's gonna get it. I'm gonna get it out there. But then maybe it did not really even cross your church, your local church. What was that thing that kept you, on? That said to you, look, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna throw in the towel. This is my life, and this is gonna happen. What was that thing?
Thank you very much, and this is a very good question, and I
yes, sir.
I love this question.
Thank you, sir.
I was saying I'm one of those kids that don't sleep in the afternoon. Growing up, I was very, very playful, very stubborn. I'm everywhere. You will always hear my name in the streets. All
over the place.
Because I was a troublemaker. So I don't sleep in the afternoon. So I remember that very day I came back from school, and I was preparing to go play soccer, and I don't know how it happened. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in my bed. And in that, I would say it's like a vision, like a trance. And
I see.
It was like I was caught up, and I saw myself like I was like in space, but I could see planet Earth. I could see planet Earth. It's a dream. So how they say, how Yoruba people say alago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I was like in space, but I could see the earth, and I could see people on earth. I know it's not possible real life, but that's how the dream was.
That was your experience.
Yeah, so I was there, and I was singing, and the whole earth, it was like the whole earth was responding to whatever I was singing. Then I saw like a being. I did not see their face. I saw like a being on my left, on my right, both on white, and they were singing with me. They were singing with me. They were singing with me. And they said to me, "Carry on and lead my people in praise." And I woke up. I did not know what it meant. Then I went to play soccer until many years later, when I started understanding the significance of dreams.
Wow.
Then I understood what that meant, because I was a teenager,
Wow.
So I did my first album in Nigeria. mixed, mastered, but I never released it because I was not satisfied. When I came to South Africa, I did another album, mixed, mastered, everything was done. I listened to it and I felt like something was missing, you know. And then I did the third album, which was titled Beautiful God, and I went to my friends Gabriel, Galig, Augustus, you know, Emmanuel. He's back in Ghana now. I went to all of them and I was like, I want to do something. And I want to play it live, you know. And that's when we did the Winner Man song. I think that was like 2014. We did that album, Beautiful God. Yeah, it did fairly okay. Winner Man was in that album. It did fairly okay, but not the way I expected.
Not there.
You know, yes. Then in 2016, I had my first live DVD recording, another album titled Reign of Glory. And I recorded the song Winner Man. And we released it 2017 and boom. It did God did what he did with the song. Now, why did I not give up? Now, this is why I didn't give up. I knew I had a call upon my life.
Come on now.
I knew God has sent me to the world. In his own time, he would announce. He will announce me. So I knew I was going through process. I knew I was going through training. I knew God was preparing me. I knew God was refining me and pruning me. For his work. So I was not in a hurry. Until date, I'm still not in a hurry. I've not gotten there yet. I know God is still pruning me. It's going to be big. I know what he has shown me. So because of what he has shown me, because of what he has told me, it has kept me